all here tonight. It seems like an exceptionally crazy night on this campus, and there have been some crazy ones. I'm going to begin, though I'm still expecting a few bodies to filter in. My name is Joyelle McSweeney, and I think most of you might know that I'm the current director of the creative writing program here at Notre Dame, and I am going to introduce the introducer briefly. Before I begin, I'd like to say that it's an exciting week for poetry here on this campus. Tomorrow night is the Poetry Slam at the SNITE, and that's running from 5 to 7 at the SNITE in the auditorium, and that's a campus community event. It's really exciting. There's always a ton of people there, a ton of voices there. I heard a rumor that it's an all-ladies slam, and that like every poet will be a lady, and I think that could be really exciting. So please turn out to the Poetry Slam tomorrow night. And then on Friday, over at the bookstore, I think it's 7:30, there's going to be a reading by two young poets, Derek Austin and Marcelo Castillo. And in addition to being very, very talented poets, they're also activists. And Marcelo is one of the leaders of the Undocupoets movement that's going on right now around the country, which argues for inclusion even for poets who might be attending MFAs or competing for prizes who do not have citizenship or residency, who are undocumented members of the poetry community. And some of you may know that a lot of poetry prizes require you to be a U.S. resident, permanent resident, or U.S. citizen to even enter the prize. And these young men have set out to change all that. So you should show up on Friday night and support Derek Austin and Marcelo Castillo, who are talented poets and men with a mission. And they're definitely part of the Notre Dame family too. So let's support them. But tonight, we're here to celebrate John Shoptaw's winning of the 2nd annual Notre Dame Review Book Prize, and to hear him read from his exceptionally distinctive and fluid and word-drunk poetry. I hope you don't mind word-drunk. I agonized over that for a while, but I just decided to go with it. And these books are for sale in the lobby as well, these beautiful books. This is the Book Time speech, and it's hot off the press, and that press would be the University of Notre Dame Press, Our Lady's own university press, so I hope that you'll all check this out in the lobby. But this reading is also a celebration of the Notre Dame Review itself, because the Notre Dame Review is really the heart of our MFA community here. The Notre Dame Review has consistently exemplified breadth, range, and perspicuity, publishing both Nobel Prize winners alongside new writers of extraordinary promise. And it is indeed reflective of the extraordinary talent of its own editors. And when I recite the editors, the names on the masthead of the Notre Dame Review, I'm really naming some of my favorite people, not only in the world, but in the most important part of the world, South Bend, Indiana. So here is the masthead of the Notre Dame Review. There's our fiction editor, William O'Rourke, who's also the judge of the Notre Dame Review Prize, our poetry editor, Orlando Menes, my colleague in the poetry faculty. The poetry editor emeritus, John Matthias, is going to speak tonight, and who also is described as the editor at large, which I think is rather menacing, John. And he will also introduce our honoree, John Shoptaw, tonight. There's also senior editor, Steve Tomasula, founding editor, Valerie Sayers, executive editor, Kathleen Canavan, managing editor, Leo Costigan, and Sparks editorial assistant, Jace Britton. I mean, this is a really mighty phalanx of an editorial staff, and really wonderful people. So hurrah for the Notre Dame Review. But beyond the Notre Dame Review itself, we will go further. This is also a chance to celebrate and acknowledge the mutual support that the Notre Dame Review, the MFA in Creative Writing, and the University of Notre Dame Press provide to each other. Editor Steve Little and the current interim director, Harv Humphrey, have really been partners with us to bring this title into print. But more than that, I think that these three organizations, the Notre Dame Review, the Program in Creative Writing, and the University of Notre Dame Press, have a real synergy, and they're a real lifeblood for having writers as part of the humanistic project of Notre Dame. That you're really here at the beating heart of it tonight, and I'm really excited to see all of you here. But finally, at the center of this beating heart come Venn diagram I'm trying to lay out here is my own colleague, William O'Rourke, because he's the editor of the Notre Dame Review. He's the founder of the MFA, and he's a member, if I'm right, of the board of the University of Notre Dame Press. So here we have it, the throbbing heart epicenter, Venn diagram center himself, William O'Rourke. It's really William's vision in carving out a place for writers here at Notre Dame. This vision was exceptional to begin with, but even more exceptional is the tenaciousness and creativity and generosity that he's brought to all the roles that he's played here. And William is the Notre Dame Creative Writing Program. I will defy anyone to provide me any other description of it. It is William O'Rourke, and it's been my honor to join in his vision and to be part of this for almost 10 years now. And I'm just excited that this event, this Notre Dame Review Book Prize, really brings all of his roles together in one wonderful night and one really wonderful and covetable book. So, and Will was the judge of this particular prize. So now it is our chance to see his judgment in action. And to introduce the book itself and the work of John Shoptaw, I'm going to invite here to the microphone this a poet whose work really cannot be summarized. I mean, John is really a poet of such lexical gifts, of such range, shape-making, that it kind of doesn't stay only in what we would think of as poetry, but moves into verse plays, novels, essays, all kinds of forms, and raconteurism, I might add. So here to raconteur you is Professor Emeritus and Editor-at-Large, brace yourself, John Matthias, and he will introduce our guest, John Shoptaw, and our honoree.